Hello everyone, it is May 2nd, going into the afternoon here, and this is a torture report. Things have continued to get very grim, and just some important notices. I hear in the underground bunkers where I don't know the entryways to, I hear the gang and who are shooting electromagnetic chemical weapons at me, and the law enforcement, I assume from what I overhear, they're deep state undercover police through underground speakers, and most of the time they're trying to talk the gang out and saying how terrified and embarrassed they are of this disastrous situation, simply because I'm extremely resilient and extremely effective at nonviolent protest and resistance to their attempts to subjugate me, blackmail me, extort me, and try to make me a remotely viewed prostitute. So much to the extent that in addition to my whistleblowing here in social media, the state shut down the program. I hear I shut down an entire industry of this form of electromagnetic extortion slash human trafficking slash prostitution slash potentially genocide to minority groups that they have a bone to pick with. And as a result, they stopped getting funded. They tried to talk them out, and instead this gang went rogue and have been descending into starvation, horrific squalor. Their toilets don't function down there. They lived through the winter without heat, so many of them have terrible injuries from exposure, frostbite, and now I'm hearing gangrene is setting in. And the most horrible thing of all is that now a child named Sitka has died of exposure down there. And that is really, really hard for me to deal with. And I can't stop calling the Eugene non-emergency dispatch line. I just feel it's my civic duty, and it keeps the wolf of losing my humanity at the door, not totally breaking in and having me become jaded and callous to the lives now that are lost and are about to die. And with increasing frequency, I hear threats from the deep state police through those underground intercoms. I've heard she deserves to be 6 feet underground. At one point they lied and said that my aunt had died and my sister had committed suicide. And today I heard one of them say, you better stop posting these torture reports on your Facebook page, or it's going to be like flowers for Algernon for you. And for those of you who, it's standard school reading material, Flowers for Algernon, and it's the story of how they were experimenting on rats to try to boost their intelligence, and with one they were successful, and he became this incredible genius with human level intelligence, but it didn't last, and you know, it was very tragic how this person that bonded with this rat and was interacting with him lost his friend, and the rat became a rat again. And so the implication there is that they're going to start using chemicals on me to turn me into an imbecile. So that's partially why I'm doing this video today, to say that I have not become the failed Algernon yet. And hopefully this will forestall them from doing this, because it will be too obvious if I come on social media again and look like I'm retarded. And in addition to that, you know, most of these gang members are now held hostage by an extremely unhinged, insane few who are the ones that continue to shoot the electrochemical weapons at me. And hear constant screams and cries of how these hostages are in pain and starving and begging to be set free, and, and it's so heartrending, you know, because some of these are very young kids, and including Sitka, who died. He was one of the young ones, and that his body's just down there rotting now, and if they don't get out, you know, it's gonna his body's gonna putrefy and explode, and they're already choking from the stench down there of all the rot and excrement that they're excreting without toilets, and so it's just a worst nightmare scenario. And this morning I heard for the first time it's not worth the $20,000 to do this to her. So apparently somebody is willing to pay them a sum of $20,000 to destroy my life. And I'm resisting to the end, whatever happens. If I'm maimed or murdered, I will sustain what I have to in staying with my values in resistance to this horror. That at least I will, whatever ruination they do to me, I will know that I forestalled the metastasizing of this human cancer across our country and saved untold fetuses from being aborted and untold lives from being brought into enslavement and misery. And so, you know, prosecutors out there, one of those kids, you know, could fess up to who's paying them off. And I don't take this personally, even though they're really blitzing me. I mean, I feel like London in World War II this morning. I mean, they were just assaulting me horrifically. They've really been targeting my face and my chest, and I've got bruises on my arms and pock marks on my chest, and they've backed off for a while, so I've been able to wash a few times and get my skin healthy again on my face, thank goodness. But the blitz they unleashed on me this morning was truly horrific. And you know, who knows how it will all end. I've been targeted for 12 years now, and 7 years with various chemical weapons assault that's been almost relentless. So you know, I will wait this out. It will be heartbreaking for me if more people end up dying horrible deaths down there, but I'm holding firm in my conviction and willing to endure the survivor's guilt if I have to. And I continue to nonviolently protest by posting on social media and making phone calls to the Eugene Police Department. I don't know what else I can do. All right, everybody take care. Be well. Bye.